Hi all, it's Jan of the Jan Files. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really would appreciate the support so I can go live, so I can have more impact. And so you can have more impact too, because I want to grow this to something that I can share. So what I'm going to talk about today feels like I'm going to talk about everything, but of course I won't, and I won't make this as long as my last video. That one was important, and I probably should have done it in two, but whatever. I didn't. Mea culpa, but here we are. And one of the things I hear all the time is that this is not the America I know. This is an American. This is not who we are. I'm like, yeah, it is who we are, folks, because 70-something million voted for this motherfucker. And it is who we are because we got here, right? We didn't start here. We got here. And so, yes, you might see my dog crawling on me. Yeah, he's not feeling so good. Hey, booby. And so this is us. And, you know, there will be decades to go back and figure out exactly how we got here. But the point is, we got here. And this is who we are. And it's how we're being represented in the world. Now, everybody in the world hopefully knows that there are those of us within the United States that don't support the monster. But it's not enough. Because at this point, he has the power. And we gave him that. And so he is destroying so much of the globe, both in terms of literally destroying the globe, in terms of destroying all of our relationships with our allies, and slaughtering innocent human beings. And this is Trump. And we all know it, and we all are seeing it. Now, okay, you know this, I know this, so now what? It's always like, now what? Because it's just like, what do we do with all of this? And I keep saying that, I keep asking it, and I keep responding to it. But let's talk about a few more things so that we can bring all this together. I spoke a lot about Melania lying through her teeth, and in my opinion, this is commentary, excuse me, and bringing up the Epstein files again. Now we have Eric Swalwell. And obviously he's a Democrat. He has been, there are allegations of horrendous behavior on his part. There's been enough of an investigation, I gather, that his colleagues in the House believe that he should have removed himself from the Democratic race for governor in California and likely remove himself from the House. Now, here is what can't happen. It can't just be Swalwell being removed from the House. It has to be Swalwell and Gonzalez at a minimum. Because we're not going to we do this with Democrats and we don't do it with Republicans. We're not going to do that. And everybody should be calling anyone in the House and saying, don't do this unless it's 2 for 2. Okay? Or 1 for whatever it is, 1 for 1, 2 for 2. But they're actually talking about expelling 2 other people, another Democrat and another Republican. So we'd still be in even numbers, folks. But the reality is, we better not do this anymore. Because what we did to Al Franken was wrong. Okay? So you can hear me say that. Swalwell needs to fucking go. Okay? And we as Democrats are going to uphold our horror at women being abused by men, no matter who it is. Will the Republicans do that? Will they go for Swalwell and Gonzalez? I don't know. But it takes 2/3 to remove somebody. So they better get this right, is all I'm going to say. Because we can't play anymore. You know, we can't just say, oh, let's just be, we're going to get rid of him. Forget about Gonzalez. Forget about any of the Republicans who did whatever they wanted to women, especially since we're looking at what they're doing to the Epstein files, right? Nothing. So we had better get this one right, because we can't keep rolling the fuck over, which is what we have done in the past, or allowed us to run ourselves over in the case of Al Franken. So it is time that Swalwell goes, but there's got to be, what's the word there's some stupid saying, but I can't think of it right at the moment. Still not 100%. But anyway, so, yeah, they do one, we do one. That's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that. And he deserves it. And it really fucking sickens me because I liked him. I'm just disgusted. But anyway. And so in terms of what's right before us, I think there is something we can actually do in terms of calling and make sure the fucking Democrats don't screw this one up. Okay? The next thing I want to talk about is AIPAC, because we really have to nail those people on the Democratic side who are taking money from AIPAC. Now, I don't mean, what do I mean? My congressman, George Latimer, took a shitload, millions, from AIPAC and was able to beat Jamal Bowman. I voted for Bowman. But that can't happen again. This whole Israeli thing has got to be 180 flip, because the government of Israel is horrendous. They are evil, absolutely evil. And the more I see about the IDF, they too are evil. When they go around shooting kids, when they go around to the West Bank where they're not supposed to be, and throwing Palestinians out of their houses. That is not okay. The genocide in Gaza is not okay. And we can't turn our heads from that. Especially like me, I said in mea culpa the other day, because I wasn't really aware of the depth of the depravity of the Israeli government. I am now. And so I'm going to be calling it out. And the fact that we went to war for no reason other than Bibi wanted us to. There was no danger to us, and all this stupid shit about Iran being, having nuclear weapons and taking over. It's absurd. There was a fatwa on the building of nuclear weapons under the previous Ayatollah. Probably won't be under the new guy. So, the whole thing is Trump and Netanyahu, and they've taken us to the brink of World War III. It keeps looking like there's a deal. I mean, at some point they were likely to make a deal. What happens in between now and then, I'm sure it can be more horrendous than it already is. And I'm not going to not call it out. And I'm not, I'm not an anti-Semite. This isn't about the Jewish people at all. And I've said this before, and I'll make the comparison to how I feel about Trump. Trump is an evil son of a bitch, as is the rest of his administration and the people carrying out his orders. And the same thing with Netanyahu. Ben-Gvir is a monster. He is the one who popped a cork when he was doing champagne to celebrate the death penalty for Palestinians. So, folks, we really, really need to hone in on this, because this relationship between Israel and the United States helped to get us here. It's also because we have a moron as president. No other president would do this, because they were smart enough to listen to the military and know better. So, that's kind of my day's rant, but please call your, the reps in the House, call Hakeem Jeffries And no, either it's both or it's nobody. Just do it. We don't stand on this high moral ground to get our ass fucking kicked time after time. Stop it. Anyway, yeah, I'm ranting a little. Happens as you know. So stay tuned. Please support me on the Jan Files. Thank you.